Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Death World Temple and Imperial Guard versus Chaos Fellas for the Blue Guard team. SuperMegaUltraPanda is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee, begins with a shield, can shoot his own fellows in the head. To encourage them, this is the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme. Alongside Creistan, with a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat, begins with a retinue, can add to the retinue throughout the game, really strong defense and support. Rounding off the team, Rogue Trader von Valancius, also known as Handsome Sodding, rocking an Inquisitor. An offensive hero with powerful control, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. And we have the Deathcore of Krieg DLC scheme. For the Chaos Fellas, Night Stalker and a Plague Champion starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair with the Cogs of Vashtor elite scheme alongside Yubel and a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. I think this is the World Eaters elite scheme, recolored into a rather delightful pink. Bit of fighting over that central VP. Looks like the Lord General is going to take it. Rounding off the teams then, and retreating already, Malos, Vrykan as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. And this is the Word Bearers DLC scheme, recolored. On this east side, raised platform, one of the 3 contested victory points, being taken by the Inquisitor. These guys looking for some light cover. Heretics moving in. Sentinel gets the ground pound. More Heretics moving in. They're going to get stomped though. There it is, with the knockback and stun and damage. Inquisitor now tying up some CSM. Gets a very good special. Look at that. That hit all 3 models. Heretics are going to have a word, but she's in a bit of an awkward spot for them to surround her. There we go. And they force her off. Can the Chaos get this VP back? Those guys go for the garrison. This fella can't stomp again yet. Mid is red for the Chaos fellas. A bunch of guard are there though. Stomp coming in for the Sentinel of Creistan. Do they all have the ground pound? They do. This is the Sentinel of Panda. CSM, are they going to melee or are they going to take cover? At the moment they're just out in the open a bit. They're backing off. Heretics got a very cool looking close combat claw when they have the Cogs of Vashtor. And there's a Breath of Nurgle heal helping out those Chaos Space Marines. Awesome accessory. On the east side, it does turn red for Chaos. They dropped a Chaos Space Marine model though. Here, Malos, Vrykan. And now the Sorcerer flees and the Sentinel will decap the VP. Making good use of that garrison with those guardsmen. Might be worth getting some Noise Marines up because you can mess up the garrison units and of course push onto the power with them. Back to the mid then. Chaos Lord runs. Commissar throws his shield up to get in with some CSM. Knocks down the Plague Champion. We got some Grenade Launcher Heretics in play for Night Stalker. 486 to 473 on the VPs. A contested power here. Is anyone going to bother noding it though? CSM getting shots in from a bit of an angle. Lord Commissar is dealt with, and with that, they're looking to back off a bit, I think. And the Sentinel's going to fall. Maybe. He gets away. Some clutch repairs and microing of movement there by Panda to save that Sentinel. That was pretty cool. Do we have double Eternal War? Yes, double Eternal War for Night Stalker's CSM, giving them 20% more damage in both melee and ranged combat. Those guys get stomped, but these guys did not. Able to pour some damage on. Sentinel here getting a decap of that natural wreck point, which is quite annoying for the Chaos fellas. What's going on east side then, eh? Hammer of the Witches. Did it kill a CSM model? I think it did. Those guys got away with only 1. Multi-laser turret is up. This thing used to be built. There's 2 of them here. These things used to get built every single first engagement for the guard, but they've been adjusted a few times since then. That was like years ago. Now you don't see them very often, actually. Malos, Vrykan. Got some Raptors, jump troops that suppress when they land. And they can mess up both of these guardsmen, but there are some Catachan Devils on the field. And these guys will threaten them with their power melee weapons, their shotguns that can knock them back. They got some support even with a smoke grenade. Now they're power bashing. Inquisitor gets a decap on that wreck point. Can Malos save the power here? Raptors go after the Inquisitor with some bolter fire from their Chaos Space Marine friends. They stop the decap. One gen is down. There's an improvised explosive. Heretics don't have an aspiring champion, so they can't spot it. And that could wipe a Heretic squad. Here's an assist, though. Bit of a flank from Yubel. The grenade launcher of the Catechans knocking back an entire freaking army there. Stomp on the Raptors. Noise Marines with that Sonic Blaster can make very short work of these turrets. Maybe get onto this power now as well. So we'll see how Creistan reacts. I mean, he's all the way on the other side of the map. 2v1 against Night Stalker. And these guys are power bashing. Looks like he's trying to make his way across maybe for an assist. Yeah, but these guys are on power bash mode. Heavy weapon assault squad there. It's just the Lord General's going over. Oh, he's going for the VP, the mid VP. He's not looking to help the east side out. Sorcerer's on capping duty. And the Sentinel's replaced there by Handsome Sodding. Did you guys get a full bash? Not quite. Took down 2 gens. Improvised explosive on the wreck point, waiting for anything that tries to cap it. There's quite a lot of firepower here from this double CSM and that Plague Champion. Lots of damage on the Sentinel, now getting repaired. Can the double repairs keep up? Oh, Heretics are worshipping. Did they already use their grenade barrage? Because they have a knockback. There it is. They can barrage those guys. Maybe stop them from repairing for a second. Stopped one of them from repairing. Sentinel's getting very low. Now uses the shock blocker wall, and the Lord Commissar's mixing it up. Plague Champion just healed everything, I think. Might be worth getting fetid just to stop this Commissar doing that. Meanwhile, who's fallen over? Chaos Lord's fallen over on the southeast corner, pushing against the guard. Might be tricky to get him from there. You have your vestments of the warp? No. So he can't teleport for the revive. Noise Marines flee. They got all the gens though. And they only dropped a single model, those guys. Good push then from the Chaos fellas. Heavy weapon squad can maybe cover this VP now. Meanwhile, Plague Champion trying to grab this contested wreck point, and they did node it, the guard, that power. Chaos fellas did decap that wreck point, by the way. Here's an assist from Creistan, a little bit of an assist. These guys busy repairing though. Can they get onto the power again? Any flamers? No flamers, but they are going to las gun it up a bit at least. No repairs for the Sentinel, needs a little bit. Bunch of tier 2s coming through. No tier 2 units there yet though. Commissar scares off the Heretics on the VP. These guys can cap it, then maybe put an explosive up. Bit of a crashed ship here. I think this is light cover, this little crash. I can't remember. Long time ago I made this map. Like 14 years ago or something, I don't know. Time flies. This was the first map I made for Dawn of War 2. Manticore on the way for Handsome Sodding. Now he should be able to hit... If he parks it like here, he can hit 2 of the VPs. I don't think you can hit all 3. If you park it mid, I don't think you can. But he'll probably be pretty close. Marcus CSM on the way for Malos. Chucked in the Doom Bolts. Raptors in a bad spot, fighting Catechans while they're stunned. Took a really long time to retreat there. Somehow they have 3 models on 68 hit points, that was. Tzeentch favoured them there. Stomp on the Plague Champion who runs away. He was trying to steal this power point. Did get the wreck point, and these guys are not going to stop to cap it back. You do get light cover off these walls, I think, these little wall bits. I'm not sure if this is worth it, CSM. You're close to dropping a model there. Yeah, okay, Chaos Lord's back on his feet. Managed to run away, and he's got his combi flamer. Level 2 Inquisitor here. Guardsmen are going to flee. So in this build, 211.1, the grenade launcher Heretics fire relatively quickly, but they have reverted that change in 2.12, which is the current version. I've not migrated over to it yet because I've still got many replays to cover in 2.11. But I'll get on it soonish. Stabilizers up for the Lord General here. Tier 3's coming in for Creistan and SuperMegaUltraPanda. And Creistan did lose his Sentinel along the way. Of course I missed it, probably. Stormtroopers up here for Handsome Sodding. Were they called in? Because the Inquisitor can do that. She can call in Stormtroopers and the Bane Wolf. She's got connections. What is this? That's the Commissar. Heretics don't like fighting him. Is he just going to decap or is he going to chase him? He's just going to decap. Grenade launcher's not very effective against a single entity. And because of his shield, he won't get knocked over. Yeah. Chaos Fella's capping mid. That's a bit of a situation. They've sorted it out. Chaos Dreadnought could not be reasoned with to stop there for a second. This is Night Stalkers, but there's also one for yubel here. Gets the World Eater's tail, because why not? Yeah, I'm not sure, as I think I've mentioned this before, I'm not sure if, I don't think they sell like Chaos Dreadnought kits anymore. I think it's all Hellbrutes. But they probably still exist in the lore, I would think. Or were they just renamed to a Hellbrute? And you could just use a Chaos Dreadnought model as a Hellbrute in the tabletop. I'm not sure how all that works. I think they're distinct things. Different things. I think. Plague Champion's going to get on the Western VP. Lord Commissar was taken out, and a Lehman Russ is on the way. Trying to power bash there. But they might still get a gen. Well played, fellas. No need to run, though. A Lehman Russ here for Creistan. Another one on the way, as I said, for Panda. No upgrades for this guy yet, but he's still a very good tank. Sorcerer got a decap. Doom bolts, maybe into warp fire as well. Don't think he had the energy to fire it off. Yeah, he's still level 1, this guy. Sorcerer is quite an energy-intensive hero. Meanwhile, full power bash on the southwest power here. There is a natural wreck point back there too. Tier 3 for Malos, the first Chaos fellas to go. And here comes some Plague Marines for yubel. Revive later, says Panda. Yeah, it might be tricky to get there. So the Chaos Dread starts off with this auto cannon. It's pretty good. Also has an underslung twin linked heavy bolt, which is quite nice. Sentinel down. Tank's getting big shots on this Dreadnought though. Can he finish it? Dreadnought might need to start stomping away if he's going to have a hope of surviving. Chaos Lord is trying to put some pressure on the tank or mess with its pathing, but I don't think it's going to work out here. Although it is distracting it. Look, it's firing on the Chaos Lord. Manticore Strike went in. Maybe there's some friendly fire. 2-to-1 cap for the guard. The other Lehman Russ charging up the west side and chasing the other Dreadnought down. Can they get both of them? This guy's still turning the other way with his turret. Got some Melter Raptors and a Blastmaster gets a shot from downtown over there. Heretics capping the mid. Raptors are off the field. That Dreadnought did not survive, and now we're bashing power with the Lehman Russ. It is a Vanquisher, which is very effective against large targets. This guy did not get an upgrade. If he did, this Dreadnought may have not survived. Tier 3 for the Plague Champion. Tier 3 for Handsome Sodding. Has the Manticore got any XP? No, he's not killed anything with it. Storm Eagle is in there for extra damage. I don't think it's that much extra damage though, is it? It says 180, I think. Did they start at 150? Does it do anything else? I'm not sure it does. Just an extra 30 damage on your rockets. So that's like a luxury purchase. But it seems to be purchased pretty regularly, so maybe my numbers are out of date or wrong, or there's something else to it that I don't know. But I think it starts off 150. Maybe it's 120 or something. 397 to 210. Plague Marines are in with their snaring missile launcher. There we go. Shoot something, fellas. They shot the Lehman Russ, slowing it down. But it's got 1200 hit points, this guy at level 1, the Lehman Russ. It's a tough old tank. Don't build them like that anymore. Compared to the Predator and stuff. Lehman Russ number 2 on the way for Creistan. 3 in total. Now it's just yubel in tier 2. More Plague Marines here for Night Stalker. 2-to-1 cap for the Chaos fellas. And they put some gens up here, and they're bashing their own gens to deny them to the guard. Could have tried to steal them, I guess. On the east side, what's going on? Doom bolts for some plasma guardsmen. Really helps them trade with marines. They were targeting the heretics there, and now they flee. Chop, 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 chop. Killed one. Killed two. They got pretty low on hit points total, though. West side taken by Chaos. 364 to 210. Is this a 2v1? Yeah. Well, they might be split, Creistan. I think he's all here. 2v1 against yubel. Is it worth getting the Mark of Tzeentch Chaos Dreadnought? You're spending an extra 30 power. Frenzied Barrage can suppress all of the guardsmen, and then the rocket launcher could try to trade with the Leman Russes. Is it worth trying to trade with these things, though? Two of them as vanquishers. Not sure if that's worth the 30 power. Plague Champ with that mucus discharge is grabbing the VP. The Plague Marine missiles seem to barely scratch the Leman Russ. That one seemed to do a bit more damage for some reason. Should be doing the same damage every shot. What's he got in here? He's got the Commissar retinue guy who has a fancy shield he can throw up. Sorcerer's down. Probably Catachan stabbed him to death, but I'm not sure. Improvised explosive there. These guys are going to power bash with their melter guns. 297 to 209. Great Unclean One coming in for Malos of Vrykan. And it's Ogrin time for the Inquisitor. Handsome sodding. Power bashing Leman Russes. Last Master gets a shot. So does the Plague Champion. Plague Marines, I guess. Plague Champion should get a missile launcher, dang it. Give him one. Triple cap for the guard, eh? Another Leman Russ. That's going to be 4 total. Ogrins immediately get their... Oh, they immediately go to Bulgrin mode. Okay. Got their Boner Leader already. Oh, we do see Mark of Tzeentch on this guy. 60 anti-vehicle per missile. How many does he fire, though? Per volley. Is it like 5? That's alright. And he can fire them on the move, as you can see. Although probably loses accuracy for doing so. And there's 2 Plague Marines there. So they are pushing these guys back. They're struggling to keep up. Not the quickest units. We saw this, how this Dreadnought does, eh? Well, if the Chaos fellas survive even, that's a good Blast Master shot. These guys had a bad day. Oh wow, Leman Russ is firing back on the Dreadnought though. Those guys wiped. Dreadnought's taking big hits. Another Vanquisher coming in. All 4 of these are Vanquishers, I think. That's insane. Insane anti-vehicle damage there. Heretics capping mid. Great Unclean One needs to stomp around this relatively large play area on this map. Maybe he'll try to focus his attention on the mid there. The Great Unclean One. There's the Bulgrins with their fancy shields. Inquisitor got foul snared. Great Unclean One ignores the Ogrins, goes straight for the Inquisitor. She does have her Inferno pistol, amazing weapon, and she throws the Judgment on the Great Unclean One. How do we think she's going to judge the Great Unclean One? Is he going to be alright? I don't know, you guys. There's the Chains of Torment on the Bulgrins. Catachan try to shoot it down. There we go. They're still going after the Great Unclean One. There's a big old cloud of flies, or swarm of flies, whatever it is. It's a big stomp. Taking a hell of a lot of damage, this guy. Yeah, we see the Sorcerer separating himself from the Great Unclean One for a better warp, I think. But it's still in play. Ouch. Can he wipe these guys with a vomit, maybe? Not sure if he has the energy for it. Raptors. Why did he jump here? Were they just arriving from the left? So Chaos do have the Western VP and the Central VP now. There's a 2-to-1. Down to 99 though. Plasma Guardsmen will be effective against the Great Unclean One. So will those Melter Stormtrooper guys. So he took a lot of damage there. Soaked it all up. And he should be... There he goes. He gets warped back to base so he doesn't have to walk. And he can heal up here. global ability of the Sorcerer. So useful in synergy with the Great Unclean One. But works great with pretty much anything. You can do a lot with it. Sometimes you'll see it used to get Plague Marines in a good position to get some shots in, that kind of thing. Triple Plague Marines, by the way, for Night Stalker. Embracing the Nurgleness. Plague Champion himself is down, though. I don't think he has any other war gear, just Amicus Discharge. Auto Cannon Heavy Weapon Squad setting up in the mid. Commissar trying to cap. Can't do it. Runs away. What is this? Terminators? I don't know what that was. It wasn't Terminators. Was it a circle of summoning that was there or something? More heretics coming in for Malos, Vrykan. Chaos Lord having a look at the Leman Russes. Gets angry and leaves and then dies. Okay, maybe get revived there. Double Mark of Khorne, guys, shut down by Purgatus. And now the Bullgrins will bully them. If you can keep the Bullgrins ahead, they can use the use your shield to shut those guys down as well. Got a lot of good ways to control them. Speaking of control, that's the Chains of Torment again, but Handsome Sodding is on it with regards to shooting down that central mass. They got a Dreadnought still. Got a Chaos Pred. Was a Chaos Pred a good shout against all these Leman Russes though? We're about to get back up to 4. And Panda with the Baneblade on the way. Sneaky Great Unclean One infiltrated. Melter Bomb on the Leman Russ. Can they get this down? Then they can. Down it goes. Tank is fine for now. So we're on 3 Leman Russes again. And soon to be a Baneblade. The Guard have taken the Western VP back. Don't think there's a whole lot the Plague Marines can do by themselves, especially when this guy has some repair support over there. 177 to 93 on the VPs. Lord Commissar runs. What's this? Catachin's being all sneaky. Improvised explosive. Gonna be explosive. Shotgun blast them into it. Didn't wipe anything, but gets them to leave, that's for sure. Some dead Bullgrins there. They did survive though, right? Yeah, they survived. Full Chaos rosters, eh? Do we have 3 Vanquishers? Yeah, we do. Dreadnought's done well. Hasn't leveled up. Very close to it. But it's done alright. I mean, just surviving is doing well, I think, in this case. Mark of Khorne CSM chasing down Leman Russ, getting melt pistol shots, but then they meet a Baneblade. They would have been Demolisher cannoned in the face if they weren't careful. So where's this guy going? West side, looks like. In the mid, las cannon and auto cannon shots on the Great Unclean One there. And we have a Mark of Tzeentch tank. Bullgrin's looking for these fellas, but the Stormtroopers are already on them. Almost wiped them out, actually. I don't think I've seen this guy. Oh, he just leveled up. I don't think I've seen him use the Frenzied Barrage thing yet. Go, Plague Marines. Demolisher Cannon knocks them over. Baneblade does have 3,000 hit points, though. Commissar's not getting involved. There we go. Oh, he shoots one of them with the Inspire Terror. He's also got the Emperor's Wrath. I mean, they're working on it. Commissar can only tie up one of them. Demolisher Cannon again. 177 to 60. Is it kicking off in the mid? Indeed it is. Plague Marine's trying to cap. Predator tank getting las cannoned and survives. This guy can't get the last shot. Great Unclean One's getting a bit low. Not sure where the Sorcerer is. He's retreating back. Ready to warp it out. Might need to do so right now. There's the warp. And he survives. This tank got really close to that las cannon for some... This Dreadnought, I mean. Why did it get so close? Gonna die now. Dreadnought's down. I think I heard the Frenzied Barrage sound effect, so maybe he was trying to get close to use Frenzied Barrage and suppress those guys, but didn't work out. That guy died pretty hard. Good passage of play there for the Guard. But can they cap? with the Blast Master there. Still decapping. Manticore gets the Noise Marines out of there. Now there's a heavy turret on the mid too. The Guard are very good at entrenching their positions. So the Chaos fellas might need to focus on the sides, which is what we see right now from Malos Vrykan. He's got some bloodletters up. Not sure where they are though. And there's that Chains of Torment again. The Catachin's trying to shoot it down. There we go. 116 to 57 on the VPs. The Sorcerer will now decap. That's a Hell Fury strike dropped in there by the Inquisitor. Repair Bunker says, handsome sodding. There it is indeed. Imperial Abyss. That was from Yubel, because it's corn flavoured, you know, raspberry. And they move away from it. This guy's going to die. How come I didn't knock these guys down? Do they get weapon knockback when they do the use your shield thing, maybe? Maybe they just weren't close enough. Meanwhile, can these Chaos fellas get a decap? Plague Champion's down. Oh, he's got his Plague Fist, look. Commissar's level 3. And it's probably going to off-map artillery anything that tries to cap, right? Maybe it's on cooldown. There's Inspire Terror. And that's a creeping... Oh, it's a rocket run. I thought that was a creeping barrage from Creistan. There's a full-on rocket run. The second run hits the Commissar, but he's alright. Had his shield up. Those guys will flee. He can cap it. And, oh, look at this. Only 18 VPs left for the Chaos Fellows. Yubel's down to 2 units. Manticore strike on those guys trying to cap. Knocks them off. Single cap still in. There's the double, and I think the Guard have it. They weren't able to deal with this army of Leman Russes and that heavy turret in the mid. Perhaps Yubel should not have been trying to contest this VP anymore. Should have focused on the sides. Make these heavy weapon guys have to move, make the tanks have to move, and take the heavy turret out of play. But the Guard take it. Let's look at these heroes, hey? Level 3 Commissar. Level 7 Lord General. With that Commissar retinue member. A level 5 Inquisitor. Did have her mandate at the end. Did very well. Level 2 Plague Champion did have the Fist and Mucus Discharge. Not sure if he had an armor upgrade though. Level 3 Chaos Lord had that Combi Flamer all the way through. And the Sorcerer level 3 with Sigil of the Rift at the end. Robes of Torment. He might have maybe Tome of Subjugation, because his Bullgrins did a lot of work. And Handsome Sodding was very quickly taking out the Chains of Torment too. But there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Big thanks to these players for duking it out in a faction war. And I'll see you guys next time.